Hello there everyone, this is iMark3 and welcome back to Mindustry, where we're finally going to be putting paid to this level. Yes! To make sure I had a rush actually available, in the brief intermission between parts, I just recalled and rallied my forces so they'd build up in number rather than like going in a steady stream. Because they're having to overcome this every time they go in because of the sheer number of enemies. Like 56 enemies, this is going to slow me down a lot. But now I'm going to tell them to attack because those enemies are going to waste themselves against my defense. Which is... yeah. I think you can see why I decided to let my defense handle that rather than like feeding my army to it. Yep, and done. I also actually finally finished this power plant, so I figured I'd show it to you just so you can see what it's like. Oh, we're missing a battery. It's not perfect! It's perfect! Yes! It's also slightly damaged. Oh yeah, that was when that aircraft attacked it, wasn't it? But yeah, it's all flowing pretty darn hard at the moment. Yeah, but this should be it, because you right at the start there, you saw me sniping out the last of the ammo supply to their anti-ground guns. So, the salvos are out of ammo completely. The duos are either running low, or they will run out. And I've got 20 whole seconds to attack their main base. And hopefully this concentrated rush will do the trick, because, yeah, they're going for it. Burn! Done. Okay. And that's that. Okay, we've done with that one. Final rank A. I don't know how I got an A. I suspect it's because I honestly didn't lose that much structure-wise. I was able to defend myself through all that. But my resource takes have been pretty low. But yeah, there we go. Okay. So, let's see. Where can we go? We've got this one locked, which is reach wave 15 in nuclear production complex. Okay. Nuclear production complex? Reach wave 40 in craters. Part of the problem is I don't know what these things are. Wave 20 in ruinous shores. Wave 60 in desert. Oof. Can I get any more toys? I seriously doubt it. I can get the underflow gate, but apart from that, no. Everything requires thorium and stuff. I'm kind of short on graphite in here, now that I'm looking at it a little bit. But I'm not sure how much graphite I'll actually need for any of this. I'm kind of short on silicon too. That'll come naturally, I suppose. Okay, so we've got this. I need to do some desert work. Oh wait, destroy enemy core in the salt flats. I don't know where that is. Oh, I don't know. I can try to get this one. I can try to get this one. Wave 20 ruinous shores. Right, ruinous shores. Past the waste is the shoreline. Once location of house the coastal defence array, not much of it remains. Only the most basic defence structures have remained unscathed. Everything else reduced to scrap. Continue the expansion outwards. Rediscover the technology. So, yeah, we've got no titanium. We do have scrap though. Can I melt that down? Actually, yeah, I should have melting tech. I've never done melting tech, so I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But I need to reach wave 20. Let's go. Let's see what we've got to work with here. Okay, ruin shores. We've got some defunct material over here. Got a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I don't know where the enemy spawn zones are. I'm guessing it's one or both of those corners. Got some containers. I still don't know what containers do, actually. Do I have containers? I do. Store the small amount of items of each type. An unloader block is used to retrieve the items from the container. So it's a buffer. It can store up to 300 items, if I was reading that correctly. Okay. Got some more... Ooh, some defunct power supplies and things. This map is littered with resources and scrap. And, yeah, this place is a ruin. Okay, right. I know what I'm trying to do here. So, let's actually go ahead and... Can I place buildings in pause mode? I can! Okay, that eases the rush considerably in campaign, jeez. In fact, that might even be overpowered. Right. So I've got those guys feeding into there. I've got massive amounts of copper along here. Let's go ahead and just do all this. I know this is not optimum placement, but there's honestly so much stuff here that it's not really that big of an issue, if I'm honest. Oh dear. But I'm going to have the copy line. I didn't realize I could do this, and I think it's like... Well, let's put it this way. If you remember, I mentioned a few episodes ago, Raz said that he doesn't play the same way I do, right? Because while he was teaching me, in the middle of him teaching me stuff about how to play this game a bit better, I just sat down and worked out how to do the whole like press F, drag bandbox thing. Ironically, that was at the just before an episode aired where one of you guys actually told me that I could do that. So that was some deliciously ironic timing, actually. But that's just how that all worked out. Let's see, do we have a lead supply around here? I need to make sure I've got some lead. There's a lot of lead around there, and some lead up here. Not seeing any good lead supplies apart from this block over here, actually. And this one over here is decent as well. Lead might be an issue for a while. But yeah, that was just... I do love a bit of ironic timing. I think that's one of the things I appreciate sometimes when it happens. And that was definitely a thing. It's like, by the way, you didn't know you could do this? And it's like, I literally figured that out like shortly before the episode went out. So it's like, whoops. But I am going to do stuff like this. So this will be my lead supply coming in. Initial lead supply. And there is also that thing I like to do where that's not what I like to do, by the way. I was about to complete a different thought, but I was just like, I kept going with it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So about here is where I want that link to be. Yep. There we go. And what I like to do is, if there's any nearby basic deposits I like to actually mine it with my drone. Because it's actually pretty effective, especially if you're short on material, and it can actually give you an early lead boost while you're waiting for your first copper supplies to come in. You just sit here, and it'll auto fly straight in, and it actually gives you a decent amount. I mean, look how fast my copper's going up right now. Way faster than just those. So that's a good thing for like stuff you can mine directly if it's nearby. So basically just copper and lead as far as I know. But it just gave me a massive boost there and let me just like slam all this out straight away. As you can see, now I'm actually a bit short, so I'm going to go back and just dig a little bit more. 100. Let's say 100. Right. And that was about right. So there we go. Lead. Already flowing. Though I've also got too much stuff coming in here, actually, so let's divert part of that. There we go. Couple of streams of copper. That's almost full stream of lead. Okay. Need to figure out where the heck the enemy is going to be coming from, though, so I can get some initial defenses down. Let's see. There's the spawn zone. Is this one a spawn zone as well, or is it not? It is not. Okay. I admit I'd only just discovered the pause function there, and I'm going to exploit the hell out of it. So you've been warned. I am going to seriously go and yeah. Right. Let's see. I need to get this stuff mostly cleared out. Actually, there's a bunch of scrap around here, but I don't really care about that, so I'm just going to let it go in place. But this is actually one of the things. It's like I was always rushing, but the fact I can pause and then build is such a huge game changer. That's why I keep going on about it. It's like I never knew this was a thing. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Defenses, defenses, defenses. Basic defenses is all I need. So I'm going to put down duos. Let's get a 2-meter wall. Then, if I remember, it was a space, and then it was like defensive battery, like that. That leaves a space there just so we can tuck in extra defensive things. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, right. Walls need to be like. Can I build the walls over on the shallow water? I actually can. Right. Yes. Don't mind me. I'm just going slowly crazy. Wait, what am I? Wait, what do I mean going crazy? I am crazy. Ugh. Right. Or at least I feel like it because I'm constantly screaming against this world that I find incredibly unfair and unbalanced. And yet I'm still here. So. That's where my significant other is actually very useful. They help me continue to feel like I actually have any kind of value in this world. So that's honestly why we're together. We help each other stay quote unquote sane, and that's why I love them. We are actually very good for each other. I don't think I would have. By the way, to avoid this going into a dark place, I don't think I would have suicided without their influence in my life. Because honestly, I'm not quite that personality. I'm a very passive personality rather than like aggressive or stuff like that. So it's like, it's like maybe I would have had, I would definitely have had like massive issues and it wouldn't be good. Maybe I would have changed to the point where it might have been something I'd do, but left my own devices. I am not a suicidal personality, though. In the depths of my constant agony from some of my injuries that have been giving me so much trouble for so long, I was considering self-hurting. I will admit to that. But it was more along the lines of it's like rather than like wow, this is actually getting kind of dark, isn't it? It was like rather than me going and enjoying hurting myself, because the problem was I was in so much pain anyway. It was more along the lines of, you know what? I'd rather cut my foot off than keep living like this. And that's not a good place to be. Thankfully, I'm long past that, so I can talk about it a little bit. But it's like it was definitely a thing for quite a while. Like it was hurting that much, and I was actually living on weak painkillers at the time, as well. And I have a huge issue going to doctors and things as well because it's like I don't want to take people's time up because I don't have any sense of self-value either. So I guess if there's anything to take away from this, it's like value yourself. And I have always struggled to value myself in everything I do, constantly. It's part of the reason why I get depressed, why I have struggle for motivation. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. It's just like I found my waffle switch, basically. That's how I term that. It's like find a topic and start blathering without slowing down to think about it. Let's get this all built. And that's actually where that waffle went. And I didn't plan that, and it's like, huh. Oh, so apparently that's what's on my mind at the moment. Go me, I guess. I guess that'll do. Yeah, I need more copper. So let's go ahead and dig some extra out over here. Dig. So yeah, sorry about that. I mean, that was actually the thing I was doing with like old Mindustry videos and things of that nature. It's like, chill out, talk about what's bothering me at the time or what's on my mind most. And that's... I never really treated Mindustry as that kind of thing in this run. I think I've done it with Mindustry a couple of times previously, but it's just how it worked out here. Oh, it's an aircraft! What? Wasn't expecting you. No one expects the Inquisition, but yeah, I was not expecting an aircraft. Okay, I need anti-aircraft guns now. Let's see. Right. Pause it so I'm not struggling against the wave time. What can I do? I think what I need is a separator. Input slag for copper, lead, graphite, and titanium. Ooh. Okay. Input slag though. I think that needs a it's a melter. I've got 1 graphite. I think that was from when I was scrapping stuff actually. Input scrap for slag, which is a liquid. Okay, right. So I need to work out a separator plant to process this stuff. Also, I need a slag deposit as well. Well, actually, there's literally scrap all over the place. Like that's all scrap. That's just blast marks. Scrap up here. So yeah, I could wander around. I could scrap a whole bunch of stuff to try and get some materials out. And part of me is actually pretty worried why there's a wave up here. But I should probably go around and check this stuff. But I need some kind of anti-aircraft gun. Which would be a scatter. Can take scrap directly. Actually, that's fine. Right. I can get some scrap-armed anti-aircraft guns. What will that do to it? That will give it weaker damage. Sorry, weaker AoE damage rather. And reduce its rate of fire, but give it bigger splash. I can live with that. I'm going to have to unpause it though because I don't have the materials. So, right. Let's see. Router. There we go. I'd rather be harvesting this area if I'm honest. But... oh, I got some titanium from scrapping stuff as well. Okay, I should go around and scrap some stuff. Yes. Very much so. But right now I want to get scrap mines going. Just because anti-aircraft. There we go. Yep, you'll do. Quite nicely. Oh, you're ground this time. Even though I was preparing for air. Fair enough. Flipping game. You never know what's coming. There we go. Scrap AA. Let's go ahead and check some of this stuff out. So what are you? You are just like a pair of hails. Easy enough. And I actually got some good graphite from that, so that's okay. I definitely should go around scrapping. Nothing in the container. You are just all broken, so I'll scrap you lot. Hey, salvaging the remains of this What didn't the description say this was meant to be a city or something? Though long since destroyed. I don't know. I'm getting the materials to places where it's of use to me, so why should I care? Nope. Yep, no spawn zone appeared. I don't know if they can appear during things, but yeah, look at this. This is giving me silicon and stuff. I could actually get some arcs out now. Oh, can I? Water extractors. I don't have graphite input, but I have got graphite because of the scrapping. So I could actually build a small steam power plant, I think. If I get some more silicon from this. Seriously tempted to do so. No, I need a power plant of some sort just because, of course, those walls are going to take damage and the waves are getting harder, and I need to hit wave 20 before I move on. So, oh, look at this. There's actually power supply, there's a kiln and a whole bunch of stuff up here. Yes, please give me your delicious materials. I can actually afford a steam gen. Oh, yep, look at that. Excuse me. This is well worth it. Well worth it. I can afford several steam gens now. They need a jump start, of course, but that's okay. Let's see. Yep, there it is. I knew there was another one. And I think that's all of them. So that's all the spare material I can find lying around. But it is a massive boost. Let's put it to use, shall we? Now, yep, you're dead. Let's be honest here. There is the whole thing about a water extractor. You have to pay the power to get the water. So this thing uses 60 power per second. So it's actually not that cheap. But if we put in a rotary pump, it outputs way more and uses way less. So it's actually far more efficient to use a rotary pump system if you've got water nearby, which I do. So that's why I'm seriously thinking of building a power plant somewhere up here, which actually taps into the water line. I mean, there's also plentiful coal deposits nearby as well, which is also what I was looking for. And it's not anywhere near the spawn zone, so I don't think it's going to have any issues with enemies wandering over and trying to murder it, which is always a thing. The only problem, of course, is I actually have a good stock of metal glass on hand because of doing all that. So, yeah, actually, I can do this. I can do this. I can get a pump-fed system rolling. So let's do that. Let's do that. Let's get a pump-fed system rolling. So, I'll pop it, I guess, about here. 1, 1, 1, like that. Let's get over there so I can actually build it up. Okay. And to make sure you guys are connected properly, I need to, of course, do the power thing, which I'm going to do like that, so I can just like copy and drag it out as we go. So that's that. Water, I need a pair of routers. Like, actually, no, I don't need to do that, do I? What am I on about? Right. No, I don't want to cancel that. I want to get a overflow gate like here. Then I can just have that there, and actually I don't want to do it maxed out just yet because I don't have a supply of titanium that's steady. So that'll work. And I'll feed straight into that. And then, yeah, that'll do it, actually. Of course, it won't be able to. We can't like flip it over again because of. No, wait, no, that won't do it. What am I on about? Because I need to get past the water. You know what? I'm going to go with the pattern I understand. The pattern that makes more sense to me. I think that's probably the safest route, isn't it? Yeah, that's the safest route. That's the safest route. Okay. Right, the pattern I understand. Just because we don't have to mess around with stuff going together on one side of it. So, yeah. Sorry about that. I was trying to get a bit too smirched there. And it was biting me rather hard in the backside. So, yeah. Stuff. Pardon my crude language, but yeah, but I like being able to see all the different materials flowing around as well because it helps the systems function a little bit better too. But I'm going to install some batteries, like so. We need the battery link to get past here, like that. Yeah, look at this. I'm actually low on silicon now because I've been scrapping down and rebuilding stuff so much. So that is actually a concern. Bridge conveyor across there. So that's how the coal will get in. Can I still do the rotary pump? I can. That's going to come from up here. Metal glass. This is going to might be a bit too costly because it's actually a distance in. I didn't consider that. But yeah, okay, let's see if I can still build this. Bonk. Okay, right, I can. Good. Good. I can still build it. If you build it, they will set fire to your cheese. Or something. Don't ask me, okay? This is my other bladder switch where I just get completely random about stuff. So, yeah. It's a thing. That's all that. Okay, this thing, of course, requires the jump start for the water, so I do need to get some drills down. Graphite, I have barely anything of, so for now, this is just going to be 1.1, 9, 18, 27, 36, so it's actually better if I do it like that. This pause building is so useful. Like, you have no idea. Bridge conveyor. I'm not feeling panicked in any way, though admittedly it does actually pad out the runtime of the video, so there is that, I guess. If that's an issue. Is it an issue? I have no idea. There we go. And we just need a coal gen, so I'm going to do a router just here with a combustor there, and that will power the entire system up. And then the steam gen will take over when it gets fully supplied. Oh wait, that could be fed by something else? What? Really? I didn't know that. Right, steam gen, what can you do? Excuse me. Oh, I can run it off spore pods, blast compounds, and pyrite. I did not know that. Power level is fluctuating very wildly because unreliable supply situation going on here. Yeah, it's fluctuating because of the lack of coal, basically. So I need to try and get more stuff. Let's see, how bad are the waves right now? Oi! Don't go that way. You're not allowed to go that way. Okay, that's an issue. I didn't know about that, but apparently air units can bypass the defensive area and just attack somewhere at random. So they decided to go flying up this way. Right, let's actually... Oh, I have other concerns. I have other things I need to be taken care of, which is the fact I don't have any kind of more advanced materials flowing in. There's a massive coal deposit nearby, though. So, let's see what we can do. Oh, actually that's episode time. Sorry. I've just been blathering, haven't I? Right. Call it there because we are at the half-hour mark, so keep the episode time consistent. Yes, please, and thank you. This has been Iron Mark 3. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you guys are enjoying the show, and I'm sorry about the waffling and the unexpected turn in this episode, but that's how it just wound up going, if I'm honest. So yeah, catch you all some other time as I start planning out presses and things. Oh boy.